What's going on, guys? Good morning. Just want to talk to you a little bit about loving yourself. This has been one of my biggest journeys, my biggest breakthroughs in life is truly learning how to love myself. And I think even in society as a whole, we're really catching on to this reality of like self-care, self-love, really unconditionally accepting ourselves and all of our flaws and weaknesses. And I think that's amazing, and I think that's so powerful. One thing, however, I do see that is lacking is actually how you do that. How do you actually love yourself? And there are a lot of practical ways you can do that. There's a lot of practical things you can do to practice self-love, to have the discipline of loving yourself. Like when you make mistakes, being really okay with that, saying, hey, that's okay, I still love you, man. You're not perfect. Oh, you ate that ice cream today. You screwed up on your goals. Are you gonna withdraw from yourself? Are you going to withhold love from yourself? Or are you still going to accept yourself and be kind to yourself the way you speak to yourself in your mind? Are you gonna allow those thoughts of criticism, like, oh, you're so stupid, you're never ever gonna be able to reach your goals, you always are gonna be an emotional eater, you're gonna allow those lies to dwell in your mind? Or are you gonna do something about it? You're gonna kick those lies out of your head, because the Lord has given you a spirit of power, love, and a sound mind. He hasn't given you a spirit of criticism and self-doubt and self-hatred. That's not who you are. And some of you need to hear that today. That's not your identity. That's not the core, the essence of your nature. Those aren't your thoughts. So learning to really accept yourself. Man, this is huge. This is of utmost importance. You cannot embark on any kind of transformative journey unless you learn how to love yourself. And I'm still going through this at times. At times I still have those thoughts that come, and they're always going to come. It's just, am I going to listen to it or not? God is our shepherd, right? He says that my sheep will hear my voice, and they'll know my voice, and they'll follow my voice, and they won't follow the stranger's voice. So one thing that really helps me is understanding that voice of criticism, of doubt, of comparison is not my Father's voice, and I'm not going to follow that voice. His name's the devil. He's a little bastard. Ain't nobody got time to entertain his thoughts. Alright? That's the highest level of spiritual warfare, is in your mind and your thoughts. As Steve Backlund says. If you don't know Steve Backlund, you need to Google him right now, and you need to find his work. He has amazing books and resources for renewing your mind. So, very practical things you can do to really take every thought captive to the obedience of Christ. You take those thoughts and you say, okay, does this line up with truth? Am I a crappy person because I did something bad? That doesn't line up with truth, because the truth says I'm righteousness of God. The truth says that I am in Christ, and that I am whole, and that I'm one with God, and God's one with me. That's the truth. The truth is I'm pure, I'm spotless, I'm blameless. The truth is God doesn't remember my sin. God only sees me as he sees his son Jesus, because I've been clothed with him. Because my old man is dead and I have a new man. That's the truth. So I want to encourage you today, just bathe in the truth, man. Just bask in it. The other thing I wanted to say about self-love is this: that we love because he first loved us. For people that have never known love, you grew up in a broken family, you've had these horrible role models of what love looks like. How are you expected to love yourself? How are you going to know how to love yourself? You don't even know what love looks like. You don't know what love feels like. How are you supposed to love yourself? And I see that as a really big challenge for some. And my advice is this: my wisdom, my ancient wisdom. My advice is to Not seek to love yourself, but seek to know His love. See, when you can tap into His perfect love, because He is love, then you can receive that. Then you can align yourself with how He sees you. See, it's really hard to love myself in and of my own efforts of trying to love myself. Sometimes I can't see the best in myself. It's just the way it is. But when I align myself with what the Father's saying, when I get in His Word, when I get in His presence, and I start to receive and listen to my Father's voice, He's so kind, He's so tender. Man, that's true love. Then it's like my heart warms, and the burdens fall off, the weight of the world falls off. I feel lighter, I feel more alive, I feel loved. Because it's His love, it's His perfect love, and the only way we are able to love is because He first loved us. So first things first, focus on His love. Focus on His perfect love. Say, God, how much do you love me right now? Father, how much do you love me? And expect an answer. So that's my little spiel for you today, is to tap into that glorious love, man. Tap into that perfect love. And I gotta go eat my oatmeal, so I'll talk to y'all later.